welcome back. I can tell you there's more excitement at the dock this morning than there was when we had Tom Jones up, and that's saying something. They're all out there and they're all shouting Dannii, because our next guest started off by being more famous than her sister Kylie with her new single racing up the charts. It looks as if she may well eclipse her once again. We're joined now by Dannii Minogue. Scream outside, I can tell you. Hi, lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
I mean, I was going to start off by saying, in no sense is there any point in comparing you with your sister Kylie, and actually maybe there is. You've got about the same number of fans now by the looks of it.
I didn't expect so many to be here today, but I guess it's school holidays.
Yes, it is.
And they're all here, and it's really nice to sort of get their support and meet the people who are buying a single.
Yeah. Do you find that having a sister as famous as Kylie, does that make life harder for you or easier?
It's both sometimes. I mean, it's good because she's already sort of gone international and I can learn from what she's done. But, you know, sometimes it's like, you know, there's people comparing us. But, you know, I'm sure that's just something to break through. It's also good because people are expecting a lot, so it makes me drive harder to sort of...
I can hear this, because I can't hear you.
I tell you what, you know, can we just have a nice close-up of Dannii here? You don't look like her. You don't look the same at all, do you?
No.
Was there a time when you resembled each other, or have you grown apart?
No. She looks like our mother and I look like our father.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
So really different.
But you actually, you have been, in your own right, in Australia, you've been very well known for a long time. Didn't you start off when you were 7?
Yeah, I started off doing a few little acting bits and pieces when I was 7, and I went on to a variety program in Australia for 6 years, singing and dancing, and that's sort of where it all started for me.
Well, kind of a junior Showtime sort of program.
Yeah. And then I fell into a bit more acting, and I got a record contract, which is what I always really wanted to do, was sing. So now I'm pursuing that.
It's strange. This morning, Judy and I were saying, okay, we looked at our, we get briefs on all the people we talk about, and we talk to rather, and we thought, hang on, there's nothing here really about sort of, you know, her private life and all the rest of it. Let's just get a bit more. And actually, you don't really have one. I mean, well, of course you do, but I mean, you've been working since you were 7. You're basically at it all the time. Shows, songs, now a recording contract.
I'm getting really embarrassed.
So, where did the ambition come from? I mean, what got you going at that young age and has kept you going?
I don't know. I was just very lucky to get the break. You know, there's a lot of talented people around everywhere you go, but it's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time.
And you've always wanted. That's what I'm saying. Since you were 7, you've always wanted to be a star.
Yeah, I guess I just sort of plodded along, did my own thing. I went to singing and dancing school and just sort of learnt a little bit.
I mean, when Kylie was in Neighbours, was it the acting that came first for her and then the music, whereas with you it was the other way round?
Yeah, she started with the acting.
Why don't you turn around and give them a wave and say, hello?
Yeah, sort of a going away wave, you know. Sort of.
No, they're great. Yeah, she started with the acting and then sort of later moved into the singing, and I started the other way around.
But you were isn't it true to say, although you've kind of had a parallel career in Australia, you were better known first, as it were? I mean, you were famous first, and then she got jolly famous, and obviously, I think all the signs say you're going to be as famous as she is, in this country anyway, very, very soon. Did that cause any... Frankly, if that happened between me and my sister, I'd hate her guts for a while. I mean, you know, did it cause a bit of jealousy? Not now, but then, when it happened.
No, I mean, she was sort of still doing her own thing. I mean, before she got into Neighbours, she was doing a few other sort of drama series within Australia and sort of starting to create a name. So it was nice. I mean, we were both doing different things. I mean, at that stage, I really didn't have any idea about acting, and you know, the same with her for singing. She wasn't really thinking about that then either.
And she's your big sister as well, which must help, because you must feel that you've got a few years to catch up yet.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 22.
And you're 19?
19.
Yes.
Yeah.
They say you've got a very shrewd business head on your shoulders. I mean, you've got it, yeah? You had this sort of fashion range, didn't you, in Australia?
Yeah.
Which it's very unusual, this. You've got 100% control over. And people who know you say that you've got a very hard business head. Where does that come from?
I like to think so. I got...
very difficult.
Yeah, it is. I'm
sorry.
I got offered to do a range, and I didn't want to just throw my name on something. I was sort of really adamant that it was something that I sort of created myself, because that's what the fans wanted, something made by Dannii that I had full input into. And I'm really proud of that. It's worked well, and I'm continuing on with that, and hopefully I have the opportunity to expand here and also in Japan.
What kind of clothes are they?
They're sort of just like casual clothes for young girls.
Is it like something you've got on now?
Sort of. I mean, we do sort of more jeans and t-shirts and track tops.
Casual stuff.
Yeah, really casual. But they love that, and it's at a price that they can afford, so they sort of can wear something and know that that I designed it.
Right. Well, listen, you've got your first single in this country in the charts. It's number 15 at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I found out on Sunday.
Hot stuff, well done.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have a good game plan. It's very hard to think, isn't it? What's your game plan, Dannii? I mean, how do you see yourself going, say, in the next 2 years? Would you like to kind of follow the Kylie route, or would you like to move into films earlier than she did? I mean, you know, what's your plan?
Well, I'm actually doing a film later on this year in Australia, and that's going to be really exciting for me. First time sort of working with film. And then I'll be coming straight back here, releasing more singles, and if everything goes as well as it is now, I'll be sort of putting together a tour, which I really love doing, is getting out there and performing live. And then, I don't know, the next year down the track, maybe, you know, another record, and who knows.
Yeah, would you ever, I mean, obviously Australian soaps are immensely popular over here, and they've been very good launching pads for you, for Kylie, for all sorts of other people as well. Would you ever continue going back in one again? Does it dominate your life too much?
It does. It's a really full-time thing. It's 5 days a week, but they're long days, and on the weekends you're still studying lines for the next week, and I couldn't possibly do it now, you know, if I want to sort of be travelling internationally and working on my music. But yeah, it was a really good start for me. It wasn't planned that way, to follow sort of what Kylie had done, but as I say, I got offered a part in that, so I thought...
Yeah, well, there's only so many routes you can go, aren't there? And there's pop singing, you know, and there's making films, and there's making TV programmes, and really, if she's done that, in a sense, it's a bit coincidental that you're doing it as well.
I mean, it's great. In the last couple of years, I think there's sort of come up with a lot of, I know in Australia, a lot of younger stars, and it's been easier to move from singing into acting and acting into singing, and it's great. You can really cross over and sort of, you know, have a much broader...
Would you like to live? Would you like to live here or in Australia?
I don't know. It's really hard. I think I'm living here now. I'm sort of based here for most of the time this year, but I mean, I still call Australia home, and that's where I'll go back.
The Australian soap phenomenon really must have meant a huge revolution in favour of youth and young actors in Australia.
Yeah, it's really great. There's sort of a lot of opportunities at the moment, although this year is harder than the previous couple of years. I know the industry here also with television and movies is quite down, you know.
Yeah. I don't think over here though our dramas and soaps over here don't emphasise the youth aspect quite so heavily.
No, there was a brief sort of flash in the pan with EastEnders, wasn't there? That's one of our big soaps here on the BBC, which used a lot of young actors, but that seems to have died away a bit now, doesn't it?
Ours started off with the older actors, and then they started bringing the younger actors, and that sort of made it very popular. So I think they're sticking with that formula now.
Well,
Can I ask you a personal question? Are you a millionairess yet? Are you there yet?
No.
No, you're not there yet?
No, I'm not.
Well, judging by this lot, I think you probably will
Tuesday
be.
week,
Jolly
probably.
soon.
Yeah.
Certainly not. Let's give them a wave, and then we'll have one last screen.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Dannii.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Actually, they're here to see Fred the Weatherman.
No way, they don't scream for Fred.
They don't.
They
They
shout.
scream at him, they don't scream. Nice to meet you, Dannii.
Thank you.
And after the break, our